Welcome to the Face to Face. I'm your host, Genevieve Kyle Lefebvre. Face to Face is a bilingual series of video recorded here in Coquitlam. We acknowledge that Coquitlam is located on the ancestral, traditional, and unceded territory of the Coquitlam people who continue to care for these lands, waters, and all living things. Today, I'm with Larina Bouwman, founder of the 100 Women Who Cares Tri-Cities. Hi, Larina.
Hi, thanks for having me.
It's so great to have you with me. I've heard about what's happening in the Tri-Cities. I want to know about, probably, if I'm curious, a lot of people are curious. Tell me a little bit, what is 100 Women?
100 Women Who Care is an organization that started in not very long ago, actually, 2006. It was started by a woman in Michigan who is connected with the community, found a need for women leaving the hospital that didn't have adequate cribs for their children. And so she knew that she needed to come up with $10,000. And she thought, I can ask wealthy people for $1,000 each, or how about we get a group of women together, because women love to get together. We get 100 of them and we all give $100 and we will raise money. And that night in 1 hour, she raised $12,800. And that just got the ball rolling with other connections that she had. The next state wanted to start one. And now there's over 900 alliances throughout the world. So it's not just women. There's 100 men who care. There's 100 people who care. There's 100 kids who care. There's no real rules around your organization, but I love the thought of it. I love getting together with women. It's a great way to network, and it's a great way to find out what's going on in your community and raise some money.
And make a difference.
Right? Really make a difference.
Amazing. So you decided to start it here in the Tri-City. When did you start it?
I tried to get it going about 3 years ago, and it was really difficult. I've only been in the Tri-Cities for 8 years, and so I don't know a lot of people. This year, it was one of my goals for 2024 to get it going. So I reached out to the chamber. I was a member of the chamber, and I emailed every single business owner in the Tri-Cities, and then I went and pounded the pavement and dropped off invitations to all businesses that women would come to, or employed women, and just really got the word out there. And so our first meeting was in November, and 12 women showed up, and I was so excited. And during that meeting, I said, I'm going to share my goals with you because you guys have, I feel great energy in this room. And I said, I want to grow this organization to 500 women. And they all said, oh yeah, this is easy. We can do it. So I thought, I have these great women at the founding meeting that are with me here, that it will grow so fast. And it's been growing. So our next meeting, we had 18 people. Our next meeting is in May, and there's 30 people that are coming to the dinner. So it's growing very, very fast. It's really exciting.
Oh, that's amazing. Mm-hmm. So tell me a little bit about the model. You touched on a little bit, you got inspired, you said it's happening a little bit all over the world, but tell me a little bit more about that.
So our organization is 100 women. And so you can go to our website and fill out an application to become a member. And when you're becoming a member, you're committing to donating $100 to the charity that gets voted on at that evening. Whether you're there or not, when you sign the membership form, you're committing to supporting the winning, I guess you would call it the winning organization. So the members nominate organizations in the community that they think could benefit from a donation from us. So we bring 3 charities into our meeting. They plead their case of what they need. So they're smaller charities as well. They're not the big charities that you see out there. They have to be supporting the Tri-Cities. So it has to be supporting Port Moody, Coquitlam, and Port Coquitlam. The money has to stay in that area. And 3 charities come and say what they want the money for, and then we all vote. The meeting happens quite quickly. And usually people will give to all 3 charities because it's really hard to decide. But right now there's a big need. Food banks, things with women and children, safe houses. Those are the requests that we're getting the money for right now, and that's a big need in our community. And if it wasn't for this organization, we wouldn't know who we should be helping. So it's often you're giving money to the bigger organizations, maybe the community foundations, which are amazing as well, but we don't really know what's happening on the street. So this is just a really good way of us getting basically our hands in there with our community and seeing what people need and helping them.
Yeah, I can see that. So How do you find those smaller organizations like that? And how, I mean, you must get some people now reaching out to you, and then you have to pick three to start with. I guess, are you doing this by yourself or with other women?
So there are a few women that started in the beginning that have joined me, as we're calling ourselves the executive of 100 Women. So everybody has a specific job. We're all helping, and it's a way for us to bounce ideas off as membership. As somebody recommends an organization to come, we would expect the member to do some background research with them.
Okay.
What is the history of this organization? How are they working with other community organizations? Like, those are things that are important to us. We don't want to be supporting a charity that's not working well with all of the other charities in the community, if that makes sense.
So you're
right
like
now,
the community component. I'm
Yes.
hearing this is very important.
yeah, because if they're not coming, if we're not in a room with them where they're asking for help, we would never know what they need, right? We're not going to get that in day-to-day conversations with people of what people need in our community. So our members have to nominate the organization. Okay. So of course, for the first few meetings, I've had to go out and find them. And I did that through the chamber, through Google, searching various smaller charity organizations, and I invited them to our first meeting. And then there was a few people that contacted us. So now we have a little bit of a wait list. So we have a few people that are being considered for our fall meeting, because our May meeting is full already for presenters.
Oh, that's excellent. So now let's put us in context. So there's a meeting, the three charities, the three organizations are there, and everybody's voting after. And then what happened?
So the three charities come. Every charity we do an intro first, welcoming everybody. Everybody signs in. Everyone has about 30 minutes to chit chat, get to know each other a little bit. Then we sit down. The meeting starts at 7, and we have the three charities. So the first charity has 10 minutes to present. Mm-hmm. And then there's about 5 or 6 minutes for questions from the floor. And then the next charity presents, and then the next charity. And sometimes people have something really planned and they're really fun. And sometimes it's somebody who's from the organization that isn't the leader of the organization, but is there because there was a spot open that night to present to us. And they bring their case, and they bring lots of information about their organization. Sometimes they get questions asked about how much money they give back to the community. How much money is staying in? So there depends on who's at the meeting, mm-hmm. what kind of questions get asked.
Mm-hmm. Now, can you share some success stories? Maybe you have some in the Tri-Cities here.
Yeah, we have. To me, it seems like not a success because we're so small right now. So when we don't write the check to the organization. Everybody submits their money themselves to the charity and gets their own tax receipt. And we keep track of it through like an Excel spreadsheet of how much we're giving back to the community. But we've had 2 meetings already, and we've already given back almost $5,000 to the community. So it's starting to add up. And both organizations that have been chosen have to do with the last meeting, the money is going to an organization that provides extra counseling to women that are getting out of abusive situations with small children. So they have a huge need there's not enough counseling for them. So the money that we're giving from our last meeting is going to that. And the meeting before that, the money went to the People's Pantry. So there was a huge need for not even money to feed people, but they also share with us information like, we need help finding a place to rent. We need some lease space, or we're looking for more volunteers. So we're becoming this organization that is also connecting people. If we're not helping them financially right away, we're able to connect them with other people, connect them maybe with the last organization that we've just talked to that maybe has something that's going to help them. So it's really bringing the community.
A network.
Yes, it's amazing.
Larina, how can people become a member of 100 Women Who Cares Tri-Cities?
They would go to our website, which is 100 Women. Actually, it's 100 Women tricitiesbc.com.
Okay, good to know.
And then in the website, they can become a member. So there's information on the website who is going to be presenting at the next meeting, who has won our last vote. And they would fill out a membership commitment form, which is committing to attending the 4 meetings a year. Sorry, not attending the meetings, because you can attend them online or you don't even have to go to vote.
Okay.
But you have to give your donation to the person that wins. And sometimes it's hard, being part of this organization for a while in another community, sometimes someone presents and I want them to get the money and I really want them to get the money and they don't win.
Yes.
And so you still have to support an organization that maybe has things that you don't agree with. Like maybe they're not aligned with your values, but you still have to give the money to that organization because we vote together as women and whoever wins gets the money.
Yeah, I can see. And when people give like this, I guess they get a tax receipt.
Yes, they get a tax receipt. So it ends up being a $400 donation each year, which works out to $38 a month. I like to bring everything down to really make it a little bit easier for everyone.
One glass of wine lasts. It's so expensive now.
I know, right?
Right.
And my daughter's involved as well, and she's 21. And so she is really growing the organization for women under 25. And it's really encouraging. I love watching this, actually.
Are they still on the $100 or they do less?
We've decided 50.
50, okay.
So girls that are 25 and under, they can give 100 if they want. But if they can give $50 is what we've decided would be a good, and I let her decide that because she's got her job, she's doing her schooling, so she knows her budget, and she thinks that $50 would be great.
Larina, what impact has your chapter had on the local community so far here in the Tri-Cities?
There has not been a huge impact yet, but what I am seeing is everybody wants to talk about it. So I'm getting a lot of people reaching out to me. The Rotary wants more information. I'm going to be presenting to them. People really want to get involved. Or if I'm out and somebody introduces me, they find out that they've heard about me, that I founded this, and they really want to know more about it. The energy in the room when the women are together is like something I can't even explain.
There's a purpose. So people are together, and like we know for small organization, like I know you're not maybe at the $10,000 I'm hearing yet, but a significant amount of money like this can change the direction of the organization for the year.
Yes, and our goal is 500 women. So that would be $50,000 every quarter that we're giving back to the community, which will be life-changing. I just really feel like this group of women are going to be trailblazers for the next generations to come as well. And this is something that will be lasting a very long time in our community.
That's amazing. Okay. So what challenges have you faced so far?
Getting the word out there.
Okay.
So because I come from a small community where I was born and raised and everyone knows who I am. And so when I moved to this community, no one knows who I am.
So where are you from?
From Squamish.
Squamish. Oh, you're not so far. Okay.
No. But there, it was a small logging town when I was raised. Everybody knew my parents. And so when I do something like this, people just get on board. And so when you move to a new community, you think, I'm going to start this in this new community and everyone's going to get on board. But it takes a while to get to know people and build relationships. And so I've been doing a lot of networking in the community with the purpose of 100 Women Who Care and really spreading the word. Talking to every woman that I talk to, I let them know that this is what I'm doing. Women want to get together, and the trend is like off of getting together just to drink wine, right? It used to be that we were all getting together to drink wine, and now people want a little bit more purpose to getting together, and this really kind of kills a few birds with one stone, right? You get together, you socialize, you can network. You really get to know people at a different level and then really find out what your community needs. Mm-hmm.
Which local organization has helped you so far?
Well, has helped me.
Yeah.
So the chamber has really helped because they've allowed me, because I'm a member, I have access to their directory. So I was able to email every business and let them know that we're doing this. And businesses have been wanting to do things for our organization, like give money to the 100 Women Who Care, but we're not a charity. And so we don't accept money for our organization.
Okay.
So for instance, Costco said, well, we want to give you a gift card for your meeting. So for our first meeting, we had this gift card. We didn't know what to do with it. And we decided we would give it to the Tri-Cities Moms Group to add into their Christmas hampers. Okay. So there's businesses in the community that want to get involved. And they can by way of a gift card like that, and we can pass it on to
different organizations.
Yes, different organizations.
There's a lot of beautiful organizations that, a lot of people are in need right now. And now that we're talking about tariff, we're talking about all kinds of different things. It's a little bit of a unknown zone or time that is coming our way. So I'm sure we're going to hear even more people in need right now.
Yes.
More organization. So tell me which organization have you helped so far? And maybe tell me about their stories also.
So we help the People's Pantry.
Yes.
And they don't have enough food to feed people. Is really what it comes down to.
So tell me what they do a little bit. So they get donations of money, and then people go there, pick up the food. What's happening there?
They actually collect food through the community from other restaurants and food suppliers. So food that is extra at the end of the day, food that's about to expire but is not expired. And they distribute food through the community like that. But they have other needs other than finances, like space, vehicles. And so when they're telling us those stories, everybody in the back of their mind is already involved in the community in another way, and we're able to connect people, like the people, with that. So I was talking to someone from an organization downtown that has low-income housing, and they have a wait list for the low-income housing, but then they have this next step up, which isn't market rent, it's just a little bit under, but they have these units they're looking to house. Now, the woman that came and presented regarding the family and children, she said, what we're looking for is this stage 2 housing that we can put these women and children into. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, we just talked to the woman from the other organization who's looking to fill these units. So we're able to connect, not only give them money, but connect those two different organizations. Filio from Community Volunteer is very involved with our organization as well. And so she's able to help coordinate volunteers.
And which are the organizations you helped so far?
We've helped People's Pantry.
Yeah.
And Act 2 Child and Family.
Oh, okay.
And that was an amazing organization because the founder is over 100 years old.
What?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
When she started this organization, I believe she was maybe fleeing a bad marriage or an abusive situation is how it started. She actually went over to Victoria to make a demand on Parliament. Like, this lady means business. And she's actually involved in 100 Women Who Care on the North Shore still, and goes to the meetings. And the woman that is leading the organization now is retired as well, and came a very dynamic woman as well, raised children on her own, and is just never going to stop doing this. Like, she's so encouraging for me. If someone in their 70s gets up every single day to go fight for people, it's encouraging for us as part of our organization to really step up and put more time and effort into it, to helping these people. It just makes you feel so good.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Like, we just left there feeling like so good.
You made a difference.
Made a difference, yes. And especially being able to pay for the counseling for these people. It was very specific what our money is going to. Paying for counseling, like what better money could we give to people other than feed the hungry, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And now, who knows about May meeting, right? We'll find out at the meeting.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so now, do you encourage a collaboration along members?
Well, yes, because so-and-so knows somebody about so-and-so. The members have to nominate the charities. A lot of the members are business owners.
Okay.
And so they're connected in the community, so they may know other organizations or know something about an organization. So there's definitely a lot of behind the scenes information that comes to me after meetings, with, like, I don't want to say like insider information, but sometimes there is. And both of the community foundations in Coquitlam and Port Coquitlam are very involved with our organization as well. So they're always giving really extra information. They're able to tell the charities when they come, we're open for grants right now. Can you guys submit a grant?
Great.
A grant application. So it's really, there's a huge collaboration that happens in that group.
So we touched on the hope a little bit. You said you want to get to 500 people, $50,000. And what else? Is there anything else that we hope for?
Well, I hope that there's 30 or more people at our next meeting, because you know what? I was expecting one person at our first meeting and there was 12. So I was expecting 12 people at our next meeting and there was 18. I'm expecting 30 at this next meeting. I really hope there's 40. And we're having a dinner beforehand. Pasta Polo is opening up their restaurant for us and letting us use their big meeting room to have the meeting. Very excited about that. We're going to have dinner. We're going to really get to know each other better. We're inviting the presenters from that evening as well. We're sponsoring dinner for them so that they can come and we can really get to know them. And we want to know what their needs are working with the organization too, right? Because sometimes it becomes a selfless job when you're out pounding the pavement trying to raise money and volunteer. And sometimes you feel very alone. So we want to get to know these people as well and find out what their needs are.
Absolutely. And Can you tell me a little bit more about where is the meeting, and if we want to go, what can we do? You touched on we can fill a form to become a member, but can you elaborate a little bit more on this?
So once you become a member, you sign up on our roster, let's say.
Okay.
And then I have your email address. And so everybody gets an email before the meeting. The meeting is posted on our website as well. There's posts that go out on social media. We don't do a lot of pushing to people. We kind of treat it as we're all adults. Here's your invitation. Please put it in your calendar and come. Okay. And we do the same with collecting donations.
3-4 reminders. People have to be adults.
It's the same as the collecting the donations. It's very transparent. You log into a Google Sheet actually for our organization, and you put your donation in there. And then some people might remind somebody that they know you haven't made your donation yet, or you haven't recorded it. So it's very individually led. Everyone's doing their own work. Once you join up as a member, you will get an email when the meetings are. The meetings are a different location all the time. Okay. We had the first meeting in Port Coquitlam, and the next meeting was in Coquitlam at Donut Love. They opened up their space for us, and so our next meeting, we wanted it to be in Port Moody, so we're right on the edge of Coquitlam and Port Moody at Pastapolo. Our third meeting of the year, we're working right now in possibly starting an endowment fund with the Port Coquitlam Community Foundation, which means that all of our donations for that meeting would go to our endowment fund. And that's a whole other conversation on how endowment funds work. But what it means is that we'll start building this fund that will leave a massive legacy to our community years down the road. And it also solves the problem in the summer of trying to get people together.
Yes, I know. And during the summer, people are a little bit gone, right?
Yes. So we're finding another way that we can still come together, we can still stay connected, but maybe not attend a meeting and not invite charities. And then in the fall, our meeting will be in October, and we'll have 3 charities at that one as well.
Amazing. Do you have any words for anybody that's listening to us right now? Any message?
I would just love for you to join us and come out, check a meeting out. We allow people to come to our meetings once before becoming members. And you can get to know the people that are there, sense the energy in the room. It's a very incredible feeling when a group of women come together and wanting to change the world together. We leave so excited and fired up. And I just encourage everybody to be a part of it if you can.
Well, that's amazing. Well, Larina, thank you so much for joining us today. It's an amazing idea. I love that you took on the Tri-Cities chapter, and let's make a difference, right?
I'm so excited.
Yes, you are. I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
From Tri-Cities Community Television and myself, Geneviève Kyle Lefebvre, thank you so much for joining us today.